women, and in some cases, men, we have to get to the point that we say to ourselves, I love me better than that. I was asked the question, why do people stay in unhealthy relationships? Well, there are so many different reasons, but none of them are a good enough reason to actually stay. One of the reasons that I've been told, and in some cases I've even experienced, that we stay in these unhealthy relationships are based on finances. We're so concerned and worried about someone being able to help us, being able to take care of us, being able to give us some type of stability, financial stability, when all we have to do is do what we can to make our own selves financially stable, not depend on someone else to give us financial stability, but give our own selves financial stability. In many cases, people believe that when they take care of you financially, they feel like you owe them. They feel as though they made you who you are. They've taken care of you and now you owe them. You are in debt to them. Well, you don't owe anyone anything other than to love them. Once you've shown love to them, you've done enough. Money is not a reason to stay with a person solely because of financial stability. No. And I can say that because I'm in the been there done that.com. Yes, we've all at some point in time did things that we were not happy with, and we stayed in relationships that we were not happy with, or that were unhealthy relationships to us. But it's time to let that go and love ourselves better than that. Another reason that people give, or commonly give, as the reason they stay in these unhealthy or unhappy relationships is because of children. They want a provider for their children. They want their children to have their father in their life. Well, having a man in the child's life does not make him be a father. In fact, it does not help the situation if it's already a bad situation. Now, there are some cases that it helps, but oftentimes when we stay with a person for the purpose of our children, quote unquote, for our children, we're thinking that we're helping them, but if that person is being abusive to us, whether it's physical abuse, whether it's emotional abuse, mental abuse, if they're being abusive to us, how is that healthy for our children? How is that helping our children? Not only does that damage us, but that damages the child. Even though you don't see right on the spot the damages, the results of the damage, somewhere down the line, it's damaging to that child. In fact, it turns into a cycle. When it's abuse, it turns into a cycle. It's called a cycle of abuse. Whereas that child can go on and they can abuse someone else, or they can allow themselves to be abused because of what they've seen their parents do. When it comes to emotional abuse, it's the same. That child goes on and they abuse others, or they accept things that are really unacceptable. So we have to look at the big picture and realize, why are we still there? What is keeping us in that unhealthy or that unhappy relationship? Help using our children. They've done this from way back when, before my grandmother was born, I'm sure, that they use the child and say, well, hey, I'm standing for the children. Yeah, our grandparents stayed in those unhealthy and abusive relationships. And back then, as time went on, they got tired. They got tired and just became content. Well, they passed on now. And times are totally, totally different. There are more and more people that are going to jail for these abuse cases. There are more and more people that are killing each other for money. They're killing each other for the abuse that they've tolerated for so long. We have to do something different. We cannot continue doing the same thing and expect a different outcome. That's called insanity. Another reason is our low self-worth. And I think that low self-worth gets to each and every individual at some point in time. By that I mean every single person. If I was to say, give me a show of hands on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your self-worth? How would you rate your self-esteem? Every single individual has a minimum of one thing, at least one thing that they're displeased with about themselves. But the reality of it is, that's everybody. You look at celebrities, you look at people that have money, have all the money in the world, have had surgery, have plastic surgery, time after time, and they're still never completely satisfied with self. So get beyond self. If you're not happy with the way your face looks, put some makeup on. Do something different with yourself. Do something to take care of your skin. If you're not happy with your hair is not long enough, buy some new hair. Make it look good. What we've got to do is take the time and stop complaining about what we don't have, what we can't change. We were made this way. That's it. And it's up to us to love us before we can expect anyone else to love us. If you don't love yourself, there are people out there that look and um, prey on people that do not have high self-esteem, high self-worth. It's up to you to do better. You love you in order for others to love you.